Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I'm doing just fine here. It stormed so much last night here, but it's sunny and beautiful outside today, and it's supposed to be pretty warm. I think it's supposed to be close to 80 degrees today, so it's going to be really nice. Still feels pretty cool outside right now, but it rained so hard last night. There was hail coming down, and I mean, it just came down so hard, but it passed really quickly. I think it was done in like 15 minutes. It was all over with. But we needed the rain. Like I told you, my trees haven't leafed out yet. Nothing's going on. So hopefully this rain will help everything get going. I hope everything's going to be okay. I hope that the trees will come back to life after all this freezing on. We'll have to see what's happening with them. But my husband had to redo our whole deck and put up plastic siding. It's trellis, on the side so the dog couldn't bust out. So he's put that all up. It looks really nice. It's white and pretty, up against the green benches and stuff. It looks kind of like a little restaurant out there. So it looks pretty. But now he's having to replace the wood on the deck. Some of it's getting old and it's hard pulling up all those old pieces of wood. They're screwed in so tight. Sometimes they're stripped out. So he's complaining and doing that today, getting a backache. But what I want to talk about, and of course, is what everybody's talking about, is the shooting in Colorado. God bless every person that was touched by this shooting and the lives that lost. We pray for them. Pray for all the people that are going through so much grief and sadness. It's just horrific. It's horrific that, this country is going through this thing again. 10 people lost their lives in this shooting. It's awful. So I just wanted to take a moment and, see what Spirit has to say about that. Okay. So losing someone that you love, it's the most profound form of grief, that somebody can go through. And and what I'm getting is no matter what, I mean, even when you're going through that, you can't comprehend it, but spirit is sending you ways to cope. There are ways. The universe is providing it. There are ways to cope. And what I'm hearing is some of the ways to cope is, of course, remembering that person's life, so celebrating the life of that person. And of course, that means beyond the funeral, not just the funeral, but, celebrating their life every day, remembering them and honoring them in a very positive way. Keep communicating with your loved one because they do hear you, you know, even if you believe it or not, they hear you. They do. So keep communicating with them. You can communicate with them in your mind, or you can communicate with them talking to them, whichever way that you prefer. They can hear you. So just know that. And you don't have to have lost a loved one to be experiencing grief and sadness and loss. We're watching it all play out on the TV, and we're all feeling this loss. We're all feeling this grief as a nation. So do things that make you feel more relaxed and calm. And that doesn't mean just to be sitting around acting depressed and watching the TV. That that's not a way of relaxing. A lot of people think that watching TV is relaxing. It's not. It's not. Do something, organize and plan an event that you'll enjoy. You know what I mean? Some people like to, for instance, plan a dinner party. Somebody will plan a dinner party. I'm going to have a few people to come over, enjoy. People are getting vaccinated now, or people are enjoy being in their little circle, of friends that they've been with through this past year. if that's what you enjoy doing, do that. Get out of your head. Get out of, listening to this TV cycle go on and on and on. Because it's just on all the time, 24/7. That's all they're talking about. And it's just so sad. And not that we shouldn't lose our focus. We should continue our focus on, and I'm going to have more to say about that. Not that you shouldn't focus on what's happened, but you have to be healthy yourself, and other people may not find, entertaining that relaxing, and that's fine. So make sure that you do something that you find relaxing and entertaining. So if you like to go, let's say you like to go fishing, you like to go to the end of the pier and drop your pole in the water and, drink a beer and go fishing, whatever, do something relaxing, get out of the space that you're in right now. Um, that's creating stress and grief. This is a way to cope. Find that inner peace and do it over and over and over. You're not running away from the grief, you're not running away from the tragedy, but you're learning to cope, enjoy life in spite of it. Okay? So for the Colorado families that have been, directly affected by this loss, God bless you. We are all sending our love and prayers to you. God bless you all. I'm so, so sorry. Unfortunately, these people are in the very beginning stages of grief. They're just trying to understand, that their loved ones won't be walking through the door. They won't be making a phone call to them anymore. They're grappling with this right now. The reality of never seeing their loved one again, and they're trying to understand why. Why does this have to happen? Why was my loved one taken away so suddenly, so young? What about the officer that had, I think 7 children? And, all these people are so needed in their lives, There's so many people that love them. And even people like you and me, we don't even know these people, but we're also coping with the shock of the senseless, horrible tragedy. And Spirit is showing us that through this tragedy, people unite in compassion and in ways that aren't political and that aren't racial. We're all thinking, by the grace of God, go I. And when people, group together and they focus on love, compassion, healing, begins to happen. Change begins to happen. Ideas have a light shined on them. As we mourn with our fellow Coloradans, let us be inspired to change our system here. Our mental health services need changing. How we can get help for a family member that is an adult child that we know needs help. It needs to change. Unless a crime is committed, there's usually nothing we can do, and that needs to change. Our gun laws need to change. The laws we have are not working. And how many more tragedies have to happen before change takes place? This tragedy is a catalyst for change. We have the opportunity to make great changes in our law. So support the change. It is so needed now. Changing gun laws, is easy when we all come together for the greater good. What's more challenging is getting mental help for those in need. So if you've ever experienced that, somebody that is in your family that, we all have that. There's a person that we maybe know or that is in our family that we think, they're a little bit questionable mentally. They're, or we feel like that person's a little bit off, or there's a person that we really think is a little scary. There's some scary people, and we think they're just there's nothing we can do. That's our hands are tied. They are adults. There's nothing you can do unless they, commit a crime or something. So, the brother of the supermarket shooter is saying that his brother was very depressed and that he thought somebody was chasing him, and he was struggling a lot and he had a lot of problems, and his family knew it. And what did they do? And what could they do, really? So we really need communities to step up and give us clear and precise information on how to handle these mental health problems in especially young adults. you know we need resources to fund initiatives to help support families with loved ones that are struggling with mental health. And this isn't a policing issue. This isn't, you know, we need more police help. We need mental help, you know. So let all our grief and compassion serve this country in making strides bigger than ever before. Prayers are sent, intentions are made. Now action is required. Write and call your senators and demand that they take action on gun control and mental health issues. Together, we're strong, united in hope. We can make a difference, you guys. Okay, so that's what I got for y'all today. I know it wasn't a reading, but I felt like this is really something important that I had to get out there. So hopefully you guys will be able to follow through and with the guidance and take action. And I know there's a lot of you out there that are gun owners and saying, yeah, I don't want them to take my guns away from me and all that. I understand all that. You feel like you need a gun because if you feel like you need it for protection, but things need to change. How many of our, young people have to die at the hands of a gun? You have to really think about things. Do you really need that gun for protection? How many of you that have a gun actually ever needed it? Actually ever needed it for protection. Think about it. How many guns there are and how many guns are actually needed for protection. All right. So that's just something to think about. All right, you guys, if you'd like to get a reading with me, just look down below. There's my email address. That's the way I do my readings. I just answer the emails. If you have any questions for me, let me know and we'll get together. My readings are sent recorded, just like this one. So I record the readings. You send me your questions, your concerns, and I will send you back a reading. It's working out very well. People are like that. I have lots of people that I read over and over and over for. So I'm busy all the time. I try really hard to be able to do your reading within 24 hours. So hopefully I can turn it around. But of course, if it's on a Friday and I might not be able to get to you till Monday. I do sometimes do readings on Saturday, as a lot of y'all know. But I try to leave my weekends open because you never know when, something comes up and you need to do something with your family, and grandkids are only off on Saturdays and Sundays. So I try to keep them open. But I will do a reading on Saturday if it's really necessary, if you really need something done. Okay, so just know that. All right, you guys, it's really good to talk to you. I hope you guys are doing well. I love you so much. Thank you for all your comments, your support. Y'all are so kind. I love this wonderful YouTube people out here. They're just great, and they keep me busy, very very busy all the time. Oh, and I have my kitty here. I should grab her. Let me grab her and let y'all see the kitty. She's asleep on my bed. Here she is. There's Addie Cat. She's like, what the heck? Why did you wake me up, Mama? She's doing really well. She's growing big and she's sweet and naughty at the same time. And I love her so much. But there's, see, there she is with her little crooked mustache. She's so funny. She's becoming sweeter and sweeter, I have to say. She's she's just the nicest little kitty I could have ever gotten, and she's doing well. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now. I hope I hear from y'all. Take care.